How's it going, everyone? Thank you for checking out another edition of a Cheesehead TV Top 5. With the NFL Combine starting next week, there is no better time to take a look at the Packers' top 5 biggest positional needs heading into the 2022 season, so you know which groups to pay extra attention to at the Combine. Starting off at number 5, we have the linebacker. If you checked out last week's video, you saw I ranked Devontae Campbell as the #1 priority to re-sign, and a part of that was because how thin the Packers are at linebacker. Devontae Campbell, Chris Barnes, and Oren Burks are all currently slated to be free agents, leaving only Ty Summers, Isaiah McDuffie, Ray Wilburn on the roster. Chris Barnes is an exclusive rights free agent and should be back, but the only reason this group isn't higher is because of the reported interest between the Packers and Devondre on wanting to get a new deal done. Let's hope both parties come through. On to number 4, tight ends. Currently the Packers have on their roster Mercedes Lewis, Josiah DeGuara, Tyler Davis, and Elise Mack, with a big question mark on whether or not to bring back Big Bub Tunyon. He is a free agent, but coming off the ACL injury. His market will be one of the most interesting to watch as the offseason unfolds. If he doesn't find a deal of his liking, he could be back in Green Bay for one more year. However, he's most likely to start the season on PUP, so look for the Packers to still add a tight end this offseason. At number 3, defensive line. How long have we been saying, get Kenny Clark some help? This year is no different. The Packers currently have Kenny Clark, Dean Lowry, TJ Slayton, and Jack Heflin on their roster. Even if all those guys are still on the roster through the offseason, they should still add another piece or two. But that's a big if. Lowry did just have a career year, but is a prime cap casualty candidate, as releasing him would save the Packers just over $4 million. And in their situation, they can use the help anywhere they can get it. However it plays out, I just hope they finally get Kenny some help. For number 2, wide receivers. Every year we head into the offseason and the draft industrial complex tells us the Packers' biggest need is wide receiver. This year though, they might be right. Re-signing or tagging Devontae would go a long way, but as it stands right now, the Packers currently only have Randall Cobb, Amari Rogers, Juwan Winfrey, Chris Blair, and Rico Gathers on the roster. Cobb is an interesting name to watch. Will Rogers only come back if he stays? Or will the Packers be letting him go to save $6.7 million? I tend to think it'll be the latter. Allen Lazard is at least a restricted free agent, so the path for him to return is a lot simpler. However, the team decides to handle MVS and Devontae Adams will be some of its most important moves this offseason, but I still expect them to address the wide receiver position in the draft, probably on day 2. Finally, for number 1, edge. Now, if you look at the roster, the edge group doesn't seem like a need. Za'Darius Smith, Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, Jonathan Garvin, Tipa Naliai, and Ladarius Hamilton are all on the roster. But that's at this current moment. In all likelihood, one, if not both, of the Smith brothers would not be back in 2022. Moving on from Za'Darius would save $15.2 million. However, Gutekunst did not rule out reworking his deal in his press conference this past week. But all signs have pointed that Z has played his final snaps in green and gold. Preston took a pay cut last year, but could be given an extension to help reduce his cap hit. If they both go, the Packers will be drafting multiple or finding others in free agency. If only one stays, you can probably still count on the Packers taking edge early. This year is a deep class and the position group I'm most interested in watching at the Combine. That will wrap up this week's video as we looked at the top 5 positional needs for the Packers heading into the 2022 season. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and hit the subscribe. Comment below and let us know which position group you think is the biggest need. Enjoy the Combine, and as always, go Pack Go.